Fantastic. All right, here we go. Welcome to our new Consultant Mix and Mingle, everybody. This is a monthly call that I love to do with all of the people on our team that are in their bright start period. And I thought that I would give you a little bit of insight into what I mean by our team. Hey, Alex, how are you?
Good, thanks.
So let me explain what I mean about our team, because you guys are all brand new consultants or people who are thinking about being consultants. And let me just share with you my journey, because I thought that might be a really nice thing for you to know. I was a brand new consultant almost 14 years ago. I started in June 2005. And I had never been involved in a network marketing or party plan business like this before. I had no idea what to do. I only knew that I liked the candles and I loved the product. Does anybody relate to that? Can I have a show of hands if you relate to that? All right, cool. Haley, just curious, do you have any experience in party plan?
No.
All right, cool. So we are all starting, if you can think 14 years ago, we are all starting in the same spot, okay?
Yeah.
My background before that was in telecommunications. I worked in that industry. I worked in a marketing role. I was a very busy professional, you know, busy. Everybody's busy. So I don't pretend that I am the busiest person in the world, but I had quite a packed schedule. I am not a mother, so for those of you who are mothers or fathers or people who take care of others, because there are also, nowadays I hear a lot more about people who are my age taking care of their parents. And so that's also a responsibility. So I don't have that. My parents live in the United States. They're still healthy and with us. I'm in a blessed position right now. I recognize that. So when I started, I loved the product. I loved the brand. And I thought to myself, what do I need to do to be successful? And I had great guidance from not particularly the lady who joined me up. She happens to be my best friend, Angela. She was just as confused or lost or new as I was. So she and I learned a lot from a lady named Eliana. Eliana still is with Party Light. She is the most successful business development manager that Party Light has ever had. She's developed more consultants and more leaders than anyone in the company. And she taught me a lot of things. Here's one thing she taught me. Always attend team time. If you don't have a team time near you, she said, go to somebody else's. Always attend team time. Now, I wanted to attend team time. It was at Eliana's house. She lived an hour and a half from me. She was in Campbelltown. Actually, she was in Harrington Park. It was a horrendous commute. I had to leave at about 4:30 or 5 in order to get there on time because it was rush hour. And then on the way home, it took another hour and a half. You'd think it would have been faster, but that was when all the construction zones opened. So we had to go 40 kilometers an hour on the way home. And Angela and I did this together. There is Haley. I can see your face now. Yippee! Anyway, I think what I really wanted to share with you is that I had to learn a lot of information, and I'm going to show you something kind of fun. Let me show you a little blast of the past. Hold on. Right here. Over here. When we started in 2005, you might be jealous of this, but I'm going to share with you, you've got more information now than we did. They issued us with a consultant guide. It's fat, it's thick, when you open it up, got 3 hole punch, and it's got, I use tabs. You can see I tabbed it. See how I did all that? I read every single page of this consultant guide, every single page. And when I became a leader, I referred to it all the time, just all the time. So it has information in it about the starter kit, the party, activities you can do at the parties, how to overcome objections when people are not sure that they want to have a party and you need to share with them how to book parties, how to sponsor people, what Power Hour is about. Power Hour was all about making phone calls. You want to know the interesting thing? The interesting thing is that I knew I had to study in order to learn something that I didn't know. And so I, first of all, would like to say, welcome to the team. Some of you have been here for a few months, some of you are brand new, and some of you haven't even started yet. But what I really want to share with you guys is, if you want to make a success of this and hit your goals, whatever your goals are, you're going to need to study your craft. And I think that it's easier than ever to do that by using the My Business site and poking around it and finding a lot of information that's on there about overcoming objections, activities to do at a party, product information. There's videos on how to do a party now. There were no videos when I started. So videos about how to do a party, how to do a find your signature party, how to take people's orders, how to sponsor people, and how to do host coaching. Things like that are all available on the My Business site. And I encourage you to study a little bit. So if I were to suggest that you were to spend an hour a day for your first 4 weeks, I just made that up. All right, so let's say an hour a day, 5 days a week for 4 weeks. Studying. One of the things that you are going to study is this, the catalog. You're going to read it from head to toe and make sure that you really understand what it's all about. And you're going to look around the My Business site, and you're going to do new consultant training with your leader. And the new consultant training covers lots and lots of stuff. So that was my preamble. I wanted to let you know I started with no experience. And the way that I got experience was, one, by booking and holding some parties. I had to ask some friends. I had to step out of my comfort zone and ask them to do me a favor and get some parties organized. And that gave me the practice that I needed to get things moving. And once I did that, as long as I had fun at the party, I would always get, even if I didn't get bookings, I would get interest from people because I was having fun. So have fun with this business, because that is very important. Step out of your comfort zone. Every now and then it feels amazing what you can accomplish when you do something you've never done before. Don't be afraid to ask for favors from people, and never stop learning. Those are my keys to success, and I thought I'd share them with you. And honestly, the most consistent thing I've ever done in my business is attend teen time. I've only missed about 4 out of 14 years. 2 of them in the last year, because I was traveling overseas, actually, for both of them. And then 2 others that whole other time. I love the people, I love the raffles, I love the training, and I always walk away with something powerful. And I don't know what you're like, but I always felt like I gave other people something when I was at the teen time as well. That 1 or 2 of the things that I added helped other people. So I just want to encourage you to think about your team times. I know Samantha gets to go to the one that is, there's several held in Canberra, but Sam gets to go to one that Julianne Rainbow is doing, which is marvelous because I don't travel to Canberra very often, but when I do, I'll get together with the girls. And when I don't, Julianne is there quite often. And we support each other. So if Julianne had someone who was located here in Canada Bay and they didn't want to drive all the way to Rouse Hill, then they could come to my team time without any hesitation. So no matter where you live, and we're going to find that out in a minute, I just want to encourage you to find a team time. And if you can't find one, or if you don't know about one, just ask me. Tell me the suburb that you live in, and let me know what team time you'd like to go to. How does that sound so far? All right, now I'm going to answer some questions for you guys. I have had a few questions sent in to me, but what I would like to do is I'd like to grab my piece of paper and my pen, and I'd like you to introduce yourselves to each other and to me. So Brett smiled when I said that, and he's not muted. So I'm going to ask Brett, could you please share with us, we know your name, so you don't need to say that, but we'd love to know where you live and what team you're in. So hopefully everybody knows what team they're in. My team is called the Rainbows. Brett is part of the Campfires. So I'll let you guys introduce the team that you're in. And also, I'd love to know, what question do you have that you'd like to add to my list, Brett? So let's start with you.
Well, I'm Campfires. I'm in in a place called Latrobe in Tasmania. And my question is, what are the Tea Light new flavours that are going to be coming out, apart from the 3 flavours that are just been released?
Okay, so what new Tea Light flavors are coming out?
Yeah.
Nice. I can answer that for you. Alex, why don't we go to you?
Sure. Well, the teams, my team's just changed. I was part of Illuminati, and now we're merging back with Rainbows. Well, back first time for me, but yeah, so we'll be part of your team.
Temporarily, I think.
Yes. I live in Cat Eye, which is near Windsor, northwest Sydney. And a question, I didn't have a specific one, but I guess my biggest issue at the moment, remind me when you said overcoming objections, I'm finding it really tough. My customer base is still mostly friends and family, or mostly friends.
How long have you been a consultant? Let's let everybody know.
Oh, sure. Only just basically very end of December.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Fabulous. That's a great question. I can answer that.
Cool.
Janet, can we go down to you?
Hi. Yes, I'm part of Candlelight.
Yep.
With Marion. We have our meeting tomorrow. I started in March, and I think the only question I really have is the hotline.
Ooh.
And how often that gets updated.
Nice. That's a great question. I'm going to go up to Sharon now. Sharon, how are you?
I'm good.
Tell everybody about you.
I joined in December, and my team is Aurora, and I'm in Newcastle.
Newcastle. Excellent. And we are going to try and organize a team time for you guys in the next week. I'm going to talk to Cherie about that. But even if we can't, even if I can't be there in person, I want to do a Zoom call with all of you guys.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Cool. We'll make that happen. You've already sent me a question. Can you share with everybody what it is?
So I'm going to host the biggest morning tea, Australia's biggest morning tea. And my question was that I want to do a few raffles, and I wanted to start off with like one ticket for $2, but then from then on, I wasn't sure how much to charge.
Cool. All right. Excellent. And the biggest morning tea, people are going to, well, we'll talk about that when we get to it.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah, right.
Tammy, how about you?
I'm part of the Rainbows,
Yes, you are.
and I'm in Canberra. I've been a consultant since
Hey, Amber.
November, end of November.
Yeah.
Questions. I did email you. I'm not sure if you got
Yes. No, I got that.
it.
And I like all of those for this call.
Okay.
Yeah.
So which one should we go with?
Well, let me pull these out because they were right here. Too many emails, Wendy. Was it an email or a private message?
It was an email.
That's what I thought. Come here, little message. Oh my God, how many emails can one person get? Oh, there you are. Seriously. All right, so we're going to talk about co-hosting parties.
Yep.
And we're going to also talk about how old you have to be, and I'll answer that right now. You have to be 18.
Oh, it's 18.
18. And the last question is about tracking orders and the system on the front page not matching what's in the back. I'm going to tell you about the system, so that's the order tracking. I can answer that for sure. Now, can you also please share with us how you invited Haley to be part of tonight's party or meeting and what you told her that we would do? What are we supposed to do?
Okay, I've been working on Haley for a little while now, actually, which means I will lose a couple customers when she does join. But she kind of popped in and out that live team time we did because we were in the Gold Coast together at the time.
That's right, yeah.
But I think I've nearly won her over with the whole, she could get, now we have the 3 different kit options.
Yeah.
The cheapest one is appealing to her.
Nice.
So, yeah, instead of me just blabbering onto her all the time, I told her that I had a meeting coming up and asked her if she wanted to join so she could get information from others.
Excellent. Now that, by the way, for all of you, that is an excellent reason to invite someone to the Mix and Mingle. And as long as you set them up right, and I'm going to ask Haley to speak for herself, but I thought, Haley, I just thought it'd be fun to find out from Sam how she invited you and why she invited you, because I think that this meeting, and I'll ask Haley at the end, I'm hoping it's not overwhelming. What I want it to be is I want it to be indicative of how much support you have when you need it. You have support, you can ask questions, and this forum is just one forum. We've got plenty of options for you. So, Haley, thank you for being here. Do you want to unmute yourself and just say hi and tell us what you think so far?
Hi everyone. I don't really know what I think at the moment.
Do you love Party Light?
Pardon?
Do you love Party Light already? Are you sold on the company?
Good. Sam actually invited me because I just got, I do residential care work and I've moved into the office now, and I took one of the Party Light sticks and some other people in the office were going crazy over the smells. They were like, this is so amazing. Where do you get it from? My son's allergic, kills their fish if she sprays fragrances around the house. So she's like, oh, these sticks would be so good. So I started asking Sam about it. She referred me to this mixer thing and told me to just sit in and have a little listen. And
well, thank you for being here. Do sit in and have a listen. The $49 option is great for people who need the fragrances and the catalogs and the order forms. And if that's how you get started, that's fantastic. I recommend that you also host a party and you let Sam come and do it for you.
She's in Canberra, I'm in Cairns.
and that you invite people to that party who might be interested in having at least one more party for you, so that you can practice the customer service that I want you to be able to offer. So I'll leave it at that for now, and just take a minute to say thank you for coming.
No worries.
All right, now Leanne, I didn't forget about you. I knew you were starting. How are you, Leanne? Tell us about you.
I'm good. I'm in Lamia out Campbelltown Way. I'm in Rainbows. A bit of a question. I haven't really got a question. It's just the thing I find most tricky to follow is the order tracking, because sometimes it gets a tracking number, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it tells you it's gone and it seems to take forever to come, and then other days it's there within 2 days. So nothing major, just
I'll be happy to answer that. I think it's important because we have to set expectations with our customers correctly.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, fantastic. I've got some questions. I've got some answers then. I think the questions are great. You guys are going to find good stuff. Here's what I want to do. I want to try and answer them fairly quickly so I can do follow-up questions, because I think that what I answer might actually give you more questions. So I hope that's the case, because I don't want to just answer these. I want to answer more. I want to whet your appetite with more. Okay. Tea lights, new flavors. So in this book right here, we have released 5 new fragrances. And if you go to the very far back, you can see all of them, because you just look for these little asterisks right there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can see the brand new ones. We also have fragrances that we brought back. So they're not brand new, but they weren't in the last catalog. And those are the wild lemongrass. So those aren't on this page.
Wow, lemongrass.
Those are over here. I'm going to find it. There it is. Here on page 10. That's these 3 fragrances right here. So it's the wild lemongrass, the peach honey citronella, and the geranium citronella. Those 3 are not available in the 3-wick jar, but they are available in lots and lots. So all of those there. And let's see, so those were 3 additional ones. And I think that was it. So the 5 brand new fragrances plus the 3 returning citronella fragrances are the ones that we're getting. Now, what I thought Brett was going to ask about when he said the word tea light, I got all excited. Because I want to make sure you know about the tea light samplers. And this is going to be a really powerful tool for people like Brett, because Brett does markets every single week. And consistency pays at markets. If you're there consistently and you market yourself consistently and you ask for what you want, you will get it. But we have a brand new product being released on Wednesday. It's a consultant product. We can buy it, but we can't sell it. It's boxes. We can buy boxes. How cool is that? Okay, they're tea light sampler boxes. They're empty. They're flat packed. They're already made, already glued, but they're flat packed. We pop them open and we have the little tabs at the end. These fit 5 tea lights in them. The 5 tea lights come from your stock. They can be any fragrance you want. They could all be the same fragrance. There could be 3 of one fragrance and 2 of another, or you could do 5 fragrances. They could be old fragrances. They can be current. It doesn't matter. It's a tea light sampler that you're providing the tea lights for. You are allowed to sell these sampler boxes for the very first time. We have never been able to sell a sample, and we have never been able to sell at a market before. So Brett is going to be able to sell these for $10 each. You might think $10, that's a lot of money for 5 tea lights, and it is, but it's a sample box. If they want to get it for a less amount, they can buy a full box. But the thing is, some people only have the budget. They got a tenner in their pocket and they want to try this product. You can send it out. You are also allowed to give the product away for free. You can give it to a host, for example, or you could give it to someone who books a party. Or you could give it to someone when you meet with them to find out if they would like to join the business. There are many different reasons you might want to give away a tea light sampler, but the box and the tea lights together cost you $8.25. If you buy them at full price. If you buy the tea lights at full price, it costs you $8.75. So you don't want to give them away without knowing that, because each box costs 75 cents and 5 tea lights at $1.50 each, right, costs $7.50. So $7.50 plus 75 is $8.25. So I want you to keep that in mind, Brett. Don't give them away at the markets. You sell those suckers. Which also helps me answer Sharon's question. Now, Sharon, I don't know what the date is for your fundraiser, but one of the things that you would be allowed to do with no hesitation is to sell those tea light samplers for $10 and give the profit to the fundraiser.
I don't know that I don't think I'd have them back in time to do that.
Okay, and you may not, because I think your fundraiser is coming up next weekend, right?
Yeah.
All right, so the weekend after that, for the rest of our time at Party Light, we're gonna have these tea light samplers if they work well. I think they're gonna work really well.
Yeah.
So here's what I want you to remember. If you've got a consultant order you need to put in, I want you to purchase at least 1 set of tea light sampler boxes and give them a try. See how they help you market your business, because they should be pretty cool. You also can use them for fundraisers, and we're going to do a lot more training on them over time. In fact, we'll probably train on the tea light samplers every single month for the next 12 months until everybody really understands how to use them, because it's not a short-term promotion, it's a long-term strategy. All right? You need follow-up, Brett. When people buy it from you, you're going to want to take down their details and say, all right, I just need your name and number. And that way I can find out what you think of them, because the whole point of giving out a sampler is to get feedback and to see if you can get them more tea lights for free by hosting a party. Yippee! Okay, moving on. Alex, you asked about overcoming objections, and I'm sure that there are a few people on this call who've already heard this, and I know that it bears repeating. There is a formula. When people come up with an objection for me, if they say to me, Wendy, I'd love to have a party, but I am just so busy that I can't fit it in with school sport and with work and with the kids and with study and all these other things I'm doing, I don't have time. I answer it by using this formula. I know how you feel. I felt exactly the same way when people would ask me to host parties. What I found was that a Party Light party was an amazing opportunity for me to fit my friends into my busy schedule with a product that I knew that I loved. All right, so I used a formula there. The formula is, I know how you feel. That's the first line. I felt the same way. Second line. Third line. But what I found was this. Okay, now it has to be true. Has to be. We don't lie in this business. We listen to what people say, and if they say, I'm too busy to do a party, we don't argue with them. We don't say, well, you're here, aren't you? How hard can it be? You don't argue with them. Instead, you agree with them. I know how you feel. I felt exactly the same. If it's true. If it's not true, like let's say you're, a lady of leisure. You don't do anything. You got all the time in the world. You're not busy at all. You love to do a party, but you can't answer it that way. But you can use someone else's story. You can definitely use someone else's story. So let me give you an example of someone else's story. I don't like to have candles in my house because I've got toddlers in the house. And I don't like to burn candles around kids.
Thank you so
My
much.
kids. I say this because I don't have kids, right? I know how you feel. I do. I know how they feel. Many of the people that I sell candles to felt exactly the same way. What they found was that if they burned the right candles at the right time in a safe environment, they could teach their kids about candle and fire safety and experience great fragrance and have the candles in their home. That is 100% true. I didn't say all, I said many. I could have said most because for sure it's most of my clients have learned how to burn candles, when to burn candles, and where to burn candles to make it safe when kids are around. And I think that that's a perfectly good way to overcome an objection. You can use that for all kinds of things. If someone says, I've got no experience selling party light, I couldn't possibly do what you do. All you need to do is say, I know how you feel. I felt exactly the same way. I had no experience myself. What I found was that there were really simple steps that we could take, and there was great support from everybody in the team to learn the skills that I needed in order to get started. Feel, felt, found. It takes practice, it takes authenticity, and it takes meeting with other people so that you always have stories, because I haven't experienced all the objections. I need to be able to tell stories. If someone says to me, Wendy, I couldn't do what you do, I can't speak in public, it would be a lie for me to say, I know how you feel, I felt the same way. I've always been able to speak in public, always, since I was 2. So it would be a lie. However, many of the people on our team have been shy and reserved and not sure and not confident about what to say. And they've overcome that. I don't know much about Alex, but Alex did a live the other day, which was brilliant. And
I'm shy.
And you're shy, there you go. So I wanted to find out, were you nervous about doing it or?
Yeah. But I didn't I watched over it, but I thought I could nitpick this and rehearse it a million times, but it's not really going to get any better. It's only going to look more fake. So I just did it. Yeah.
And Samantha, you opened up that Buddha the other day, and I have seen like just incredible improvement in the way you present yourself authentically in front of your friends and the people who watch those lives. And that's just Facebook. Facebook isn't life. We get more confident and better at speaking in front of people the minute that we start doing it. All it takes is practice. We couldn't walk the first time we tried. We fell down many times. And we probably won't take nearly that many times practicing a candle party in order to present it well. So please just use feel, felt, found to overcome things and make it authentic. Okay? Hello. All right, let's keep going. Janet, you wanted to know about the product hotline and how often it gets updated. All the time. All the time. And if it says that it has not been updated since Wednesday, 3 weeks ago, that means that it's up to date. Okay? So you do not need to check it. You need to check it before you take every order, really. That's when I check the product hotline. But it does get updated all the time. Sometimes when stocks get low and they know that they're low, they will even tell us that stocks are becoming low on the hotline. All we need to do is set expectations for our clients. I can take the order for your Mediterranean Blue 3-wick, but it is low in stock and it may sell out before it gets sent to you. Party Light will definitely send you a gift certificate in exchange for that. Okay? And you can pick something else that you want. Okay? Bye, Haley. I'm getting a work call. Thanks so much for making me feel welcome, she says. Oh, you can see that too. Okay. Sharon, you asked about morning tea and raffles. So first of all, for raffles, I don't like $2 raffles. That's a personal opinion. I like $5 raffle tickets, especially for candles. If you're selling cakes for $2, candles are worth more.
Yeah.
And we want to raise as much money as we can for the Cancer Council or for anybody that we're raising money for.
Yeah.
So I have always sold raffle tickets, 1 for $5, 3 for $10, 10 for $20. But I actually always try and get them to buy 50.
50.
Yeah, buy 50. Buy 50. You know, so give me a $50 bill. I'll give you lots and lots of tickets for it. I'll give you 100 tickets if you give me a $50 bill. Really. And it doesn't matter because that's money going straight to the charity.
Yeah,
So,
I agree.
And I read something once. I read that people won't buy the most expensive or the least expensive offer that you give them, but everything in between, fewer people will buy the most or the least. Fewer people, not nobody. So that means you have to have an oh my God offer.
Yeah.
An oh my God offer could be 100 tickets for $50. And people might not buy that one, but they probably will spend $20 and take the 10 tickets, right? So you just keep going up, make the price a little bit less each time, but really what you're getting, who cares how many chances their name is in the draw? They earned it if they bought more tickets.
Yeah.
So I love that. So I hope that helps you. You actually have complete opportunity to do whatever you want, but that's what I would do.
Yeah.
I would also have, instead of doing tickets per se, I'd have a sign-up sheet and a tick box. I want 1 ticket, or I want 3, or I want 10, or I want, 20 or 100 or whatever you've got there. And you can then collect all of that and then do a draw online. There's lots of tools to do something like that. And then you can take money and payments from lots and lots of people.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Now your other question there, no, that was the main one. How does that sound? Does that answer your question?
That does help. Thank you.
Sharon, Sharon, can I just ask with that, because I was thinking about doing a party with the Biggest Morning Tea as well, but just trying to get my head around, I don't want people to feel like I'm just trying to make money out of a charity. So I want the focus to be on the charity, but how are you thinking of running the candle part?
I'm not actually doing a party.
Okay.
I'm just going to have a demonstration, like just have a display set up and then concentrate on like cakes, and because it's at my house, and so what
will they win with the raffle tickets?
Sorry?
What will they win with the raffle tickets?
Oh, I have product here that I like, decor that I can raffle off. So, but in the meantime, like I still get leads from that.
Cool. I'll tell you what I would do, Alex, and again, you don't have to do anything like this, but I would probably have a party, let them know that I will donate 10, 20% of the sales, and the host benefits will be the raffle prize.
So do you mean of your commission? Because that's what I was thinking of doing,
I
donating.
would donate, I would say to myself, if I want to help raise money, for the Cancer Council, I would donate 10% of the sales, which is almost half of the commission, right? Because we only get paid 22%.
Yeah.
You can even say half of my commission, give 11%. Or
That's how I set mine up.
if you love the charity and you really want to donate, then you could give all of your commission. We've actually had consultants join Party Light who have only joined Party Light to donate their commission to the charities that they like. They didn't like selling raffle tickets. They preferred to make the money and donate it. So that's what they did. But back to your point, so any sales that I do get from today, I'm going to contribute X percentage of the sales to the charity myself. And I am also going to donate, as the host, I'm going to donate all of the host benefits from today to the charity, and the raffle tickets are going to be for all of the host benefits. Okay?
Can I just say something?
Yeah.
I actually registered to do it through the Cancer Council.
Yep.
So I felt a bit weird about doing a party as well, and I don't want to be negative, but in the past when I've tried to have something at home to do with a party, no one turned up.
So your actual marketing promotion right now is about the biggest morning tea. Come to my biggest morning tea, and what you're doing is really smart. Just have Party Light subtly around your house, and of course, oops, your fragrance stackers are out.
Yeah.
So yes, you're doing a very different fundraiser than the one I just described, and I don't mind you feeling funny about that, or even if you didn't feel funny about it, you're doing it for a different reason. So I like that. Yeah. Both are correct.
Yeah. So I was just going to leave out some wish lists as well, like just have them there for people who might want to order something, you know, leave that option open still.
Nice. Well, take their orders. Like if they're there and they're smelling stuff, or they like the Buddha, take the order. All right.
Yeah, that's right.
I like that though. Both are right. Just remember what your strategy is. So Sharon, you just described your strategy, and that's perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Sammy wants to know about co-hosting and whether there's an official way of splitting the commission, and there is not. The question I have and the reason that she asked that is because she has met someone who used to be a consultant, and they want to kind of do a party together in order to help the new consultant get up and running again and to help you, right? Something like that. So my suggestion is find out a little bit more about the new consultant or the old consultant. Let's see how long she's been inactive, because we may be able to start her as a new consultant with a kit and all of the stuff she needs rather than having to buy things. If you've been gone for 27 months in a row, you then are inactive enough to be able to get a new kit. So what that is, just so you know, it takes 3 months for you to go inactive in the system. If you don't put a party in for 3 months, May and June and July, then starting in August, your 24 months starts. So that's why it's 27 months of inactivity. So if she's been inactive for 27 months, and I can get Party Light to look that up if I've got her name. And if she knows her consultant ID, that would help too. And then we could see if she wants to start again with a fresh kit. If not, then it's you could co-host or co-consult on the party, but agree to, if it's over $1,000, you'll split it. And if it's less than 1,000, you agree to split the commission, and transferring is the only way to do that. Okay? Question 2, 18 years of age, and it says that right on the order when you're going in and signing the agreement. It says one of the tick boxes is yes, I'm 18 or older. order tracking. Okay, let me explain. The front page of the My Business site is often out of sync with the back end of the consultant site. All right, My Business is excruciatingly inaccurate on the front page. It's nice looking, and it would be really good if it was accurate, but I always go back to the back end. So for you, the product hotline's obviously in the back end already. The order tracking goes into the back end. Now, Leanne is frustrated, as am I, as is everybody, with the fact that sometimes the order tracking link is there, and sometimes it's not. Also, what I'm finding lately, and I've complained about it in writing to head office, is that when you do click on the link, it doesn't work because it's got 5 extra word letters at the end of it. So we all know how to work around that, right? We delete those words.
Yeah.
At type or something like that. Just get rid of those and it works. Unbelievable. They tried to blame the post office on that. I said, well, that's fine. I don't care whose fault it is. Just figure it out. Let's see. And I don't know why Australia Post doesn't automatically issue the tracking links for us. You're right. Sometimes it takes a lot longer than others. So all of those things are on the My Business page. But then the other thing Leanne asked was about how long does it take for products to get to the client after it's left Party Light. That is 100% out of our hands. We give our clients, especially in New South Wales, now this is different for Brett, and I don't think it's much different for Sam. Sam, I think you're lucky because we're here, but Brett, you and people in Perth and people in far north Queensland and even Adelaide have to say 3 weeks. You have to
I did a consultant order on the 30th for the catalogues and stuff like that, and they're on the Australia Post tracking due to come on be here in Tasmania, arrive on Thursday.
Fantastic. So I would always tell my clients up to 15 business days if I lived in Tassie, just so that I can delight them with earlier arrivals if it's possible. Just like what I do in Sydney. In Sydney, I say 10 business days is how long it could take. It could take that long. At the beginning of the month, it often will take that long because Party Light gets bombarded with orders on the last day of the month, and they've got lots and lots of orders they have to get out, and it just takes time there, and then you can't trust the post office, right? You just can't trust them. I mean, I think they sent one of Leanne's products to Perth, you know. It's not destined for Perth, by the way. It was supposed to be sent right around the corner from her. So who knows what Australia Post does, but it's inconsistent. All right, so order tracking and links. I think I answered that. Order tracking for Sammy and how it doesn't match. I totally agree, and they know that. They know that. Doesn't help, but it does help to know, doesn't it? It might not be right, but at least we know that it's wrong. I think I've answered all of the questions, so here's what I want to do. I want to answer another question that Sharon asked that wasn't part of the fundraising question. Then I want to do a quick wrap around and then we'll be done. Ready? What promotions or campaigns does Party Light offer to help you get parties? How can I promote my business? Now, it's a fantastic question because that's the holy grail, right? Getting parties and getting new clients into our environment is key. So the first thing I want to share with you is that if you have not yet purchased the book that I am going to be referring to for the rest of the year, called Go Pro, you have to order it. It's free. It'll cost you less than $10 shipping. It's being shipped from the US and you need to buy it, because otherwise you'll be sick of me telling you that you need to buy it. So just click on the link, type into Google GoPro free book, and you'll find it. Okay, Eric Worre has written a book that talks about exactly that question. So number one, our job as consultants, as independent party light consultants, is simply to distribute the products to as many people as we can to make money. That's our job. That's it. Simple. I sell candles, you buy them, I make money. Right? That's in a nutshell what we do. And the most cost-effective way to do that, valuing my time and your time, is to sell to more than one person at a time. If we're selling to one person at a time, calling people on the phone, we'll probably hit all of our sales targets, but it'll take us a lot of time. And we'll have to make some uncomfortable calls, cold calling people out of the blue, doing stuff. That's not what we do. That's not what we do at all. What we do is we actually sell one to many at a party because it's cost effective to us. It values our time. If I collect outside orders, it might take me 3 or 4 hours to do what I could do in an hour at a candle party. You have to explain yourself multiple times, and you don't get the fun of a party, right? Even a Facebook Live party can be fun. Do you see how I'm looking at the camera, engaging with you guys? You've got to have fun even live. You probably have to have more fun being live and tell them little secrets like I'm doing right now. Don't tell anybody. And do little draws and have candles that are lit right next to you so that you can pick them up and show them how big they are. It's as big as my head. I brought this for a reason. I want you to register for Boost. Register for Boost because you'll go into the draw for this little sucker right here. And there's nothing little about it. If you register by the 15th, you go into the draw for that. So if you've already registered, you're in the draw. Go. Okay, what else? But Party Light has a promotion that I think I don't explain it well enough. So I'm going to explain it right now. $50 bonus host vouchers. The $50 vouchers are the best promotion we have about what your business is because they start conversations. And I had a meeting Sunday with a team of people that didn't understand how to use them. So I've got 4 minutes left. I'm going to just share with you how powerful these are. When you have them in your purse or in your bag, you've got them with you, and you meet someone, and you say to them, "Hi, how are you?" And they say, "Great, I'm good. What do you do for a living?" "I'm an accountant." "Great, cool. What do you do?" "Oh, I sell beautiful candles in a side business that I do." Now, I know a lot of you have other jobs that you do, but you should talk about the business one. You can talk about both of them, but be more excited about the candle one because the candle one's the one that you are responsible for promoting. The other business that you do, blah, just let them do all the marketing. Unless you're in sales in that one too, and then you're worried. But here we go, back to these. Ask people when you meet them if they like candles. Don't just hand them a $50 voucher and say, here. That's pushy. Instead, ask someone, do you like candles? I find more often than not, the answer is, I love candles. Or I don't have time for candles. I hear that sometimes. Or no, I can't have smells in my house. Okay, those are all good things. That's fine. We don't follow up with, great, you should have a party. They just told you no, basically. You don't know enough about them yet to talk them into a party or to overcome that objection. You'd need to ask more questions, find out more. Or you could use feel, felt, found. I know how you feel. A lot of people I've met over the years have felt the same way, but they found when they burned party light candles, they didn't get headaches. You might want to try it. Would you like to buy a tea light sampler and see? Made all that up. Okay, going back to these. So then you've asked them if they like candles, all right? And they said yes. Have you heard of party lights? Is the next question. Have you heard of party light candles? Maybe add the word candles at the end. And they will answer you one of two ways. No, which is where most people go, which is why it's such a great thing to be selling these candles right now, because very few people know about them. And the second way they can answer it is yes, I've been to a party before, or I'm a consultant already, or I love party light, or I went to a party ages ago, but I don't know who my consultant is. You have to ask questions to find out more about this. And if they say that they love candles and that they haven't heard of party light, you can let them know that you would love to do a fragrance demonstration for them. And you know what? Hold on. Let me just give you a $50 voucher in case you decide to do that. Do you have a minute for me to do that? And then you fill out the form right in front of them. You just say, all right, hold on, what's your name? It's Taylor. All right, I'm going to write this down now. Taylor, that's fabulous. We don't have a date yet. I'm doing this softly, by the way. So we don't have a date yet. I'm just going to write to be confirmed. If you decide that you want to book a party with me or have a fragrance demonstration or have me over, we'll do that. And I'll make it valid until when? Do you think that we could talk to each other in the next week or so about whether or not something you'd be interested in? Because I'm going to send you a link to the catalog, right? So you're now reacting to them. Can I send you a link to the catalog? And once you've had a look at it, if I were to send you a link to the catalog, would you give me some feedback on whether or not you'd be interested in finding out more, right? So what you're doing with the voucher, and you write your name at the bottom, you write your phone number. If you're smart, you've already stamped it, 851, and you say it's good until the 31st of the 5th, 19, and you hand that to them. But you don't hand it to them until you actually also have Taylor and her phone number right there. You don't need to fill in every single line, but if you do, great. The $50 vouchers are gold. They're absolute gold because they start conversations and they give you an excuse to talk to the person again. Can I find out what you thought of the catalog? If I send you a link to the catalog, would you have a look at it? This language that I'm using is from the book. That's why I'm recommending the book. Now, one more thing, Sharon. These invites are another promotion that Party Light has for us. We can use these to invite people to our own demonstrations at home. And what I'm calling them when I do them at home is I'm calling it a showcase. It's a showcase so they can see what a candle party is like. There's no obligation to order. And by the way, there's never an obligation to order, but I like to say that because it makes them feel good. They always order something. So there's no obligation to order. Come and see what a candle party is like. And bring a friend if you want to who likes candles because it would be a great experience. But I like to use these postcard invitations to invite people to my own home. And then I also like to give 2 or 3 out to my hosts and say, listen, you're inevitably going to run into somebody that you have not invited yet. Give them a postcard invite, have it already pre-written out and hand it to them. So that's another good tool. I don't think you need to create your own literature or your own systems. You need to use what Party Light's offered us. And the bonus voucher and the invitations are the key to that, especially when you're new. When you're new, try the systems that we've already developed. Give them a practice, give them a go, and I think you'll see that you'll get more bookings and more people interested in your business. Cool. All right, well, it's overtime, so I want to go quickly around. Brett, How did we do? Do you have any other questions that I won't answer now, but I'll answer in the comments?
No, not at the moment.
Good ideas from tonight?
Yes, very.
Awesome. Sammy, how about you? Oop, muty, baby. Mute. You're muted. There you go.
There we go. Yeah, I feel good about it.
Any other questions that have come up?
No.
Cool. Good ideas for tomorrow?
Yeah.
Nice. How about you, Alex?
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, good refresher. Only other one question, just from reading Shine, just more info on how fundraisers work with the samplers and everything.
Nice. All right, I'll explain fundraisers overall and then with samplers too.
Yeah.
Nice, thank you. How about you, Janet?
No, it's all good.
Yeah, any good ideas for you? You like what you heard tonight?
Yes.
Cool, can apply that. That's
And
good.
the brownies were lovely, thank you.
You're welcome, you deserve them. I love my random winners. Woohoo, Nirvana 15, it's the place to be.
It is.
How about you, Sharon?
Yep, it was very informative again. And I just have one more thing to ask about the invites. I just want to know, do you actually personally give them to them or do you send them to them?
I personally give them when I'm seeing them. I have mailed out a few when I talk to people on the phone and I invite them to something. I think it really solidifies it when they also receive it in a postcard. So I might say something like, I'm really excited to see you at this and do that. I love posting, I love receiving stuff in the mail that's not a bill. And I don't think we get enough invites to cool things. Facebook invites don't do it for me. I really like getting an invitation, so.
Yeah.
But I'll hand them out as much as I can to save on postage, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
How about you, Leanne?
No, it's good that everyone else is asking all the questions tonight and not me for a change.
All right, you guys have a fantastic Monday night. Thank you so much for being here. I'll put the recording up tomorrow and I'll specifically send it to the people who ask, I think. I think rather than posting it for everybody, I'll say who wants it. And then I'll private message it to them just to make them have to participate. See you guys later.
Thank you.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.